back with these seats. Went up to a hardware store, bought some scrap metal, a couple pieces. I got this size and this size, and both pieces were roughly 3-4 feet long. I cut the sections, so got a bottom one down here, like 10 inches, another one like 7 inches. I'm gonna tack weld these. I'm gonna tack weld it here and here, just down here. And then this top piece is a bracket that's meant to slide back and forth, so you can adjust depending on the frame, so it can mount on different frames. So these bolts right here, I'm gonna weld these onto this bracket. Weld this to this, and then weld these two to this here. And this is gonna sit on here. It's gonna be free. It's gonna be able to slide up and down, and just use once those bolts are bolted onto the bottom piece that's bolted to the pan, you bolt them down. There's one more piece I have to weld, and it's a bracket on the end here. It's like a horseshoe bracket. So I had some scrap left over. I got this little cutter, so I just whap, makes cutting this kind of shit really simple. Stock pieces of metal. Over here, got a punch, on the hammer, and these slots I had to make, they weren't there, so what I did is I center punched here and here, and like here and here, and then I drilled with a bit. It's big enough, a bit that's just a hair bigger than this, so I know the hole that I'm drilling, it'll fit in here. I drilled like 4 holes, and then pretty much handled it, and I took a file. I got the drill in each hole, and this kind of rocked it back and forth, and the in-betweens, the 4 holes, it just went right through it, just cut right through it, so, whatever. So, I also got some bigger rivets today. I think I'm going to go with the bigger ones. The other ones I had they probably work, but they're just, the ends of them are way smaller. As you can see, they look like that, and these are bigger, so it'll be a little bit more strength, more meaty or whatever. Just hold them down. So this leftover, I'm going to measure. I'm going to figure out how high off the top. So basically, I'm going to say, what do I want? I want it to come down pretty long, so, say I have like 2 or 3 inches, and then, so that'd be 6, and then this is basically 1.5 inches, so like 6.5 inches, so I'm going to cut this into 7-inch sections, 3 of them, so this I'll have enough left over to make the 3 brackets, hopefully. So what is it, 150 millimeters? So yeah, this is 6 inches, so it's basically 7 with the added shit on the end. So 1, 2, yeah, I got enough to make 3 brackets. So once I cut them, I'll get them in the vise, and right here at 3 inches, right here I'll clamp it down, and I'll benzomatic it, hit the flame on it, the torch, and I'll bend it over, and then I'll put it in the vise again, 1.5 inches over, and bend it over the last time, and and then put it under here, slide it under here, and I'm going to tack weld it and drill 2 holes, 1 on each tab. So this will sit over the backbone of the frame, and then depending on what kind of frame you have, you can move this forward and back wherever the holes are. So all rigids have them, like the bracket like that, you know. So what's this? This is, yeah, that's like 3 inches, you know. If that. What is this shit? This is for a Harley, but every one of them is different. So we got, yeah, there's 50 mil, 60 mil. So 25 millimeters is an inch. So it's basically 2 inches right there coming down. 2.5 inches. So 2.5, 2.5. It's 5 inches to play, and then on the top here's, let me see what it is. So you got 40 millimeters up here, so 1.5 inches. So 2 inch and a half, 3 inches, 3, 5, so 7 inches. Yeah, exactly like I said. So perfect. So that's for tomorrow. I kind of lagged. I went out and had some shit I had to do today, you know, so I worked on this a little bit today. Not much, but whatever. So tomorrow, before I tack weld these, I'm gonna press these pans in the arbor press. There's gonna be, you know, it'll give it a bend, and then I have to, where these marks are right here, is where I gotta bend them back, or maybe about here. So these are gonna be bent at an angle, about like that. It's just gonna be pressed. And I'll tack weld them here. Get to tack welding this shit tomorrow. Welding up the brackets, drilling the holes on that, and then yeah, and welding the bolts. It's just gonna be a lot of welding tomorrow. Welding, arbor press, and then I can get to powder coating or painting or doing whatever I want. Alright, so that's that for today. Do you folks later.